There is a worldwide epidemic of obesity. According to the World Health Organization, overweight is defined as a body mass index equal to or greater than 25, and obesity is defined as a BMI equal to or greater than 30. Let's examine some statistics. Worldwide, obesity has tripled since 1975. In the United States, approximately 40% of adults are obese compared to 15% in the 1960s. About 30% are overweight, leaving only 30% of the people in the ideal body weight range. Obesity in the children and adolescents has also doubled in the last 40 years. Obesity is a chronic disease that is responsible for several other chronic diseases. With the prevalence of obesity on the rise, it is crucial to understand the misconceptions and myths surrounding it so that we can address treatment issues properly. There are 7 myths about obesity and obese people. Myth number 1, idea that excess calorie intake causes obesity. If you are consuming a real nutritious food, long-term weight gain is less likely to occur even if you eat in excess. Quality of food matters more than quantity. In the case of excess calorie consumption, your metabolism can increase to burn off those extra calories, helping to maintain your weight. Your basic metabolic rate can rise up to 50% to offset those excess calories. Myth number 2, the idea that a calorie-restricted diet guarantees weight loss. This is the biggest misconception people have about weight loss. The belief that a calorie-restricted diet helps with sustained weight loss is flawed. In reality, calorie-restricted diets often cause metabolic slowdown, causing the body to burn fewer calories. Many people on calorie-restricted diets report feeling miserable and experience symptoms such as tiredness, weakness, feeling of being cold, lack of focus, and constant sense of hunger. They're constantly preoccupied with food all the time. Some patients do shed pounds from the low-calorie diet. The challenge is maintaining the low-calorie regimen over the long term. Many cannot sustain because of the physical and the psychological toll it takes. Consequently, they inevitably revert to their regular calorie intake, leading to rapid weight regain. In many cases, not only do they return to their pre-diet weight, but they also gain even more weight. This weight gain occurs because the metabolic slowdown induced by the calorie-restricted diet can persist for an extended period. In essence, the common experience of most individuals attempting weight loss through severe calorie restriction is a frustrating cycle of losing and gaining weight. Myth number 3, the belief that consuming too much fat causes weight gain. Before the 1960s, obesity was not as widespread as it is today. However, in the 1960s to 80s, our government began advocating for a low-fat diet based on a few misleading scientific studies, leading to a fat being vilified. Health professionals started recommending diets low in fat, and people began replacing their traditional diets with low-fat, high-carb alternatives. Around the same time, our food industry began producing a plethora of low-fat, so-called healthy foods, often loaded with refined carbs and sugar. These foods quickly became dietary staples. The root cause of the obesity epidemic is primarily linked to the high consumption of refined carbohydrates such as sugar and processed foods rather than dietary fat. Myth number 4, the belief that all calories are equal. It is a belief that weight gain should not occur when calories consumed equal calories expended. May seem valid from a thermodynamic perspective, where all calories should theoretically be equal. However, in our bodies, it does not work that way. The nutritional impact of 1,000 calories of sugar is not equal to the 1,000 calories of salad. This is because of distinctive metabolic processes triggered by different foods influenced by the quality and the hormones that are produced in response. These processes determine how the caloric energy is utilized. When individuals consume refined carbs, their bodies tend to store energy as fat, primarily under the influence of hormones such as insulin. In contrast, calories from salad consumption are most likely to be expended as heat or utilized in various metabolic processes, aiding in weight maintenance or weight loss. Myth number 5, the belief that obese individuals are obese because they are hungrier and consume more food. It is important to dispel this misconception that hunger is the cause of obesity. In reality, hunger often results as a consequence of obesity rather than being the root cause. Obese individuals frequently experience elevated insulin levels, which can increase their feelings of hunger, leading them to consume more food. Myth number 6, the belief that obese people have slow metabolisms. Contrary to the misconception that obese individuals have slow metabolism, studies indicate otherwise. Research shows that the metabolic rate for obese people is often much higher, averaging around 3,200 calories compared to the 2,200 calories seen in lean individuals. individuals. It's worth noting that the calorie-restricted diets often adopted by obese individuals are what lead to a slower metabolism. Myth number 7, the belief that exercise alone leads to weight loss and lack of exercise causes weight gain. There is a general misconception that obesity is primarily caused by a lack of physical activity, and people are often advised to exercise more. Despite a significant rise in exercise rates, we have not witnessed a fall in obesity rates. This is because the lion's share of our caloric expenditure, approximately 95%, is attributed to our basal metabolic rate. Consequently, the role of exercise in the overall caloric expenditure is relatively minimal. While exercise undeniably offers numerous health benefits, its direct impact on weight loss is estimated to be approximately 5%. The primary responsibility for weight loss, around 95%, lies with dietary interventions. Thank you for watching this.